Hey you guys, so today is part 2 of my 3-part YouTube made me buy it / the stupidest beauty purchases I have made. So if you haven't watched the first one, go ahead and watch it. I'll put it in the description box below. But if you want to see a bunch more things that I bought that I wasted money on, let's get into it. Okay, these sleeves. I don't know if I like these sleeves. I don't know. I feel a little strange, but we're gonna go with it. First thing on my list is the Buxom White Russian Gloss, which it is $21. Not crazy expensive. I feel like that's kind of a lot for a gloss that I don't really use. I am obsessed with the color. The color is stunning. I wish I could wear it all the time, but the problem is, like, it's just like the best, just neutral pink. It's gorgeous. But the reason I don't wear this is it gives you like this cooling, tingling sensation. Like it's almost like peppermint. There's peppermint oil in it. Is it supposed to? I don't know if it's supposed to be a plumping gloss. Like it has that feeling. I don't really love the feeling. Like I don't mind it too much unless it's cold outside. If it's cold outside and I'm cold and I put this on, it just makes me even colder and I don't like it. So $21 is a lot for a gloss you don't use. And I definitely bought this because everybody was talking about it on YouTube. It was like Buxom White Russian, Buxom White Russian, Buxom White Russian everywhere. And I was like, I need it. Gotta buy it. I did, but I think it's a waste because I don't use it. Okay, this next item I don't have with me. It's in storage right now, but it was expensive. It was pricey. That is the Boleto Airbrush system. So everybody was like using it. It came out. I don't know what happened, but like everybody was using this airbrush system. And I was like, okay, it looks gorgeous. I want airbrush makeup, of course. It looks so good. So I bought it. The original system kit was like $80, which was not too bad of a price for a little makeup airbrush machine thing. And that was like I got a really good discount on it. But where they get you is the makeup. So it came with a couple, I think. But then I ended up purchasing another order for $116 of like all these different shades because I wanted to have all the different shades so I could do makeup on clients and have different shade ranges that I needed for different skin tones. And then I placed another order a little while later for $63 for just getting the makeup that I was using, just getting more because I was using it up. I do like airbrush makeup, but the problem is that it was really hard to do anything on top of it. Like it was really hard to do like blush, bronzer, highlight. It was hard to get all that to look right on top of it. And you could do airbrush, blush, bronzer, and highlight, but it didn't look how I wanted it to look. If you like rubbed it the wrong way, it would just swipe right off and you couldn't just go in and like fix a little patch. So I don't know, I don't use it anymore. I was using it every day for quite a while. I mean, I did get a lot of good use out of it, but it's just something that I saw on YouTube everywhere, so I ended up buying it, and I don't think it's worth the money if you're not using it all the time. And like, where did it go? Like, it disappeared. Nobody talks about it anymore. Nobody uses it anymore. So everybody just has them laying around or got rid of them. I don't know, just some stupid purchase. Okay, next one. Why? Why did I buy this? This is the NARS Ita brush. It's for contouring, so it's got a little shape, and you know, it's for right here to get this nice sharp contour. It does look cool. I mean, it's a cool little brush, but like, this was $55. I'm ashamed to say that. $55 for one brush. And I didn't even really use it that much. Like, I didn't really like what it was doing. Does that... This was just dumb. YouTube made me buy it. I fell for it. I fell for the trap. I got sucked in. They took my money. And now I keep this because it was too expensive to get rid of. Yep. Alright, this next one is the Urban Decay Electric Palette. And mine got melted, so it's all funky looking. But I was so excited about this. And I think it's gorgeous. I think it's got a lot of different colors that aren't in a lot of like bright, colorful palettes. It does have some interesting things, but it was $45 and I don't use it. I think that's the main thing, is like, these are not just things that are not worth the price no matter what. It's like, it would be worth it if I used it, but I don't. Like, I don't ever use these like crazy neon shades, like once in a great while. Also, what's weird about this palette is it says on the back, Slow Burn, Savage, Jilted, and Urban are not intended for immediate eye area. So that's several of the shades in here. So there's something in the formula that you're not supposed to put near your eyes, but it's an eyeshadow palette. So that, I think that kind of like was like freaked me out a little bit, because I don't want to be putting things on my eyes that could damage my eyeballs. So maybe that's why I don't use it, but I definitely don't use these colors at all. So I just keep it because it's kind of sentimental and because I melted it. So I don't know, but I just think it was a waste of money because I don't use it enough to justify spending $45 on it. Next is the Stila Magnificent, can I talk? Magnificent Metals. These were like everywhere for the longest time. I mean, they're stunning. They're beautiful. I'm obsessed. I wanted all of them. I did just buy one. I'm glad I only bought one. Like, look how beautiful and reflective it is. Oh, I love it. This is $24. They're $24 each. That's a lot of money for like one little shadow stick thing. That's a lot. And I've used it like a handful of times. For some reason, whenever I use, most of the time when I use, it's not every time, but like a lot of the times when I use this, I'll notice glitter kind of falls down throughout the day, and I don't love that. So that's why I don't reach for this all the time. But there's also tons of dupes out there. Like, these were like $1 or $2 each, I think. I mean, they're definitely not as good, but I mean, you can find a lot of dupes for stuff. So, I mean, these are obviously different colors, but those are these two right here that were like $1 or $2 compared to the $24 one. And it's just like, ooh, $24 for one? Like, that's a lot. It is definitely more sparkly, but I think you can get a similar look with other products, cheaper products, or maybe even just try out the dupe first, and if you end up using it a lot, then go ahead and get the more expensive one. But if it's something that you're not even going to use, it's just a waste of money. It's a stupid purchase. Okay, the next one I don't have because I did return it to Sephora, so I did get my money back, but it was definitely a YouTube made me buy it. It was the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation, and let me see. So this stick foundation was $46, which is definitely on the higher end of foundation, but this is my problem with stick foundations. A normal bottle of foundation is about 1 ounce. Like 1 ounce is standard for a bottle of foundation. Sometimes there's a little less, but usually it's about 1 ounce. A stick foundation, you get 1/4 of an ounce in the stick. So you get 1/4 of an ounce for $46. So you're gonna go through that like so fast, and the fact that it's a lot thicker, so it's not like you can just use a tiny bit. Like, you're gonna have to spread it all over your face, so you have to use a decent amount. And I didn't like it, and I was just, even if I did like it, I felt like the price was just way too high. But I definitely bought it because I had to see what everyone was talking about. I had to see why everybody loved it, and I didn't get it. I didn't like it at all. It didn't really give me any coverage that I wanted, and I didn't feel like it did anything special, so I returned it. The final thing I'm going to talk about in this video is the Kat Von D Alchemist palette. This little cute guy right here. So this was $35, and I was like obsessed with the concept of this because if you look, it kind of just looks like they're almost white, but when you put them on is like where the magic happens. They have like this kind of iridescent, they have this like iridescent shift. So there's like a purple, a green, a purple, and a pink. Purple, green, blue, and pink. And they look really cool. And they change the color of any shadow you put these on top of. So it kind of gives it this like different shift, different sheen. It looks really cool. But I felt like every time I used it on my eyes, it just didn't do enough. I feel like it kind of made it a little powdery looking instead of just shine and like metallic, or you know, just any, it just kind of gave it a powdery finish instead of what I envisioned in my head. I don't know. So I only used it a couple of times, and I honestly don't like the shape of it. It was not practical to like keep in a drawer. It just didn't want to fit anywhere with anything else, and it was just kind of annoying. So I did declutter this in my palette declutter video, but I have a couple hanging out that I want to give away still to a family, family or friend or someone, but I haven't given it away yet. So that's why I still have it, but I've taken it out of my collection. I no longer want it. Getting rid of it. Alright, so that is it for the second part of this video. Let me know if you have purchased any of these items and if you use them or not. Or also, let me know what your stupidest beauty purchase was. I would love to read that. And I will see you in part 3. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.